Takala Edokwayi, welcome to this program on ITV. Now, the NSAS protest last year was something that the whole nation saw, particularly what happened in Lagos State, to be precise, at the Tollgate Plaza in Lagos State. Now, the report is out by the Lagos State Restitution Panel. Now, you were a member of the Edo State Restitution Panel, yes, and I understand that you guys have made your report, but we are yet to really get the report, you know, on the public notice. Now, let's go to Lagos State. With what, you know, happened in Lagos State and with the outcome of the report, what are your reactions to the reports?
Yes, thank you very much, my brother. It is a very sad that those that are charged with the responsibility of protecting us, or those charged with the responsibility of protecting the territorial integrity of the nation against external aggressions, are those that are oppressing, that are repressing, that are killing those they are supposed to protect. You are fully aware of the heartbreak of our protest last year, NSAS protest, putting into perspective the monstrosity, the brutality, and the animalism of some policemen attached to Special Anti-Robbery Squad. A peaceful protest, people were, in fact, a lot of people were singing the national anthems with the national flag. When men in uniform, military men, police, invaded toll gates, started shooting sporadically. People died. Those that have the intellectual capability and capacity to lead this country, people that are supposed to be leaders of tomorrow, were killed while exercising their fundamental human rights, the right to freedom of movement, the right to freedom of expression, the right to freedom of association and peaceful assembly. The Judicial Panel of Inquiry was set up to ascertain the verisimilitude, the veracity of what absolutely transpired. The murderers came, started defending themselves that it was just figments of their own imagination, that there was nothing like shooting. But to our greatest astonishment, on Monday, Lagos Judicial Panel of Inquiry submitted their recommendations, their findings, their reports to Lagos State Governor. But the revelations are, shows that there was complete massacre of innocent citizens. What they are not saying,
Mr. Edokwayi,
yes, yeah, what they are not saying now, what they are saying, what they are saying, what the military, what I read the statement of the defense. What is that name?
Rabo now.
Yes, Mr. Rabo. I had the statement that white paper has not even been issued to that effect.
Yeah.
But whether there is white paper or there is no white paper, will they deny the fact that peaceful protesters were not killed?
Yeah, but the argument is that the protesters were not killed on that night. They are not saying that people did not die. But what the federal authority is saying that people were not killed on that night of 20th October 2020. And secondly, there is a certain name, perhaps as the discussion goes on, I should be able to get that name. Now, there's a certain name that is being reported to have been granted an interview to. That was this year, sometime in September. Now, from the report now, that same name is in that report that he's one of the victims, that he has died. So how do we put issues together now?
No, I have not, I think I have not even read anything about what you are just what you are just saying. That somebody that was interviewed.
One of the names that is said to have died in the massacre.
Yes.
That was in October last year.
Yes.
Now we understand that by September this year,
yes,
a certain, to be precise, Punch
yes,
granted him interview
yes,
live. He was interviewed by Punch. So how could he have died last year and Punch is interviewing him this year?
That question, that one is a very, very mysterious question. But that will not deny the fact that there was no killing. Whether the murderer, whether the person that was allegedly killed last year and resurrected this year to grant interview with Punch newspaper, but that will not stop the fact or distort the fact as to whether there was death, there was shooting, whether people died or not. What we are saying is that they should come out to accept, to claim responsibility of what transpired that day, instead of looking for technicalities or looking for escape routes. The fact is that a lot of people died that night when men in uniform invaded the toll gate plaza, the venue of the protest. People died. There are a lot of, even in Edo State, people died. I don't know what were their mindset. The protest, a very peaceful protest that in fact would have redeemed the nation. The police, they are suffering. The army, they are suffering. They go to the same market. They buy goods. They pay school fees and all that. In fact, for them to have just accepted the directive that was given to them shows that we have a long way to go in this country.
Okay, now, what do you make
I've seen protests.
Now, there are insinuations that the reports of the panel, the Justice Panel Restitution Committee, that the reports leaked even before it was officially, submitted to the Lagos State government.
Yes.
So for some people, for the fact that it leaks, it does not show any outer of truth, with what the report is talking about. What do you make of that?
No, it is indefinitely.
As a matter of fact, that people saw some of the recommendations.
Yes.
People saw the report before it was eventually taken to the Lagos State government.
It is always like that. As far as you have people representing different interests, I mean, they will just be discussing with their colleagues. Yeah, we have concluded their report to look at what transpired. That person will not take it to another person. That one will just. It will definitely spread. It is not struded in secrecy. But they would have waited for the reports to be submitted to the appropriate authority before dissemination, or let the authorities say, okay, look at what issue in white paper to that effect, look at what happened. Men in uniform will be prosecuted. It is always like that. It is like that, sir.
Okay. Now let's come to Edo State. Now, what is you were a member of the restitution panel in Edo State. We understand that you have since completed your findings.
Yes, sir.
And you've made recommendations to government.
Yes.
Now, what is the status quo now?
I think we have, as you are fully aware, we have done our work. We have submitted recommendations to Edo State government. What the dates, white paper has not been issued. To that effect, when we did the NSAS memorial October 20th this year, after 72 hours precisely, youth met with the governor. Governor promised that he was going to commence implementation of the report without much ado.
Okay, all right.
We are still waiting.
Yes.
We are still waiting for the governor to commence implementation. He had promised, even with or without anything coming from federal government, that the Edo State government will definitely do the needful as to the implementation of the report. We are very, very optimistic that the governor will start implementation. But there are sometimes we will wait. We will remind the governor, Governor, you made a statement as to the implementation of our report. Nothing has been done.
Okay. Now, because of time, we are really pressed for time, and sincere apologies one more time that Mr. Kola Edokpayi couldn't make it here on time, we would have been able to really extend our discussions on the NSAS issue in Lagos State last year. A very big thank you, Mr. Kola. So hopefully these issues are ongoing. We understand that the Lagos State government is going to issue a white paper. The federal authority and all concerns are expecting the white paper. And the United Nations and also the US mission in Nigeria has charged the Lagos State government to ensure that the recommendations are carried with so that victims will be adequately compensated. Mr. Kola Edopa, a very big thank you. A very big thank you for finding time to come on the show today. Well, that's the show for today. This one on ITV with Evans Nukoge. Tomorrow, Uyi Agbonfogbe is going to be here on the same show. Goodbye and God bless you.